What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Chopper channel, coming to you with a Super Bowl edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, and notification bell for even more Super Bowl betting coverage. And hey, while you're at it, go follow me on Twitter at Eric Lindquist. I'm excited to be breaking down the Super Bowl with one of my patented Leans, Likes, and Locks videos, which you can check out in the NBA streets every single Monday through Friday here on the Odd Chopper channel. But if you're new to the format, here's how it works. A lean means it's a play I'm seriously considering betting, but haven't yet as I'm waiting for more news. Or there's simply better plays on the board I slightly prefer. A like is a standard play for me, usually right at a unit or slightly lower if it's a long shot bet, such as an anytime touchdown bet or a massive alternate receiving prop or something of that nature. And a lock is my favorite play that exists on the board, a bet I am way in on and believe you can fire up at will too. So in this video, I'm going to give you one lean, one like, and one lock for Super Bowl 57 from my premium betting card. And if you like what I do, and if you like my full betting card and want to get it for the big game, sign up for Odd Chopper Premium Discord in the video description box below and use promo code ELINsider when you do it to get the first week 50% off, making it less than $10 for you to try out for the first time. All right, just like I said, I'm pumped for this game. I bet you are too. So without further ado, let's get to the picks. First play on the board as we talk about Super Bowl 57 between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles is a lean. And I'm always a bit torn taking NFL sides later on in the week as lines typically become more efficient over time, news becomes more concrete, or, and this is my issue on why I haven't bet the Eagles at -1.5 yet, you're just sick to your stomach you didn't get the best number. You see, the Eagles opened as 2.5-point dogs in a lot of spots before instantly, and I mean in a matter of minutes, seconds even, instantly reversing course to where we are now with the Eagles being the favorite squad like they should have been the whole time. Which is saying something coming from me as a noted Chiefs backer in recent years and well-documented Patrick Mahomes stan. The kid's special. I thought that before he played a single snap in the NFL. He torched Iowa State for Texas Tech. It was a whole thing. And his ascent to transcendent talent has surpassed even my lofty expectations for his career. But the gap between him and Eagles starting quarterback Jalen Hurts is certainly not as wide as it used to be. Hurts brings a very different component to his game, the very obvious rushing element, averaging 4.5 yards per carry on the year, which includes the postseason. That puts him just a hair over 800 yards to go with 15 rushing touchdowns with his legs. That's some silliness for sure. But the steps he's made as a pocket passer that led to this big season of his are far more impressive to me. Nearly 4,000 yards passing in those total 17 games, including the playoffs when I put that number together, 24-6 touchdown to interception ratio, and just 2 lost fumbles along the way. That's incredible improvement as a thrower, and it's further highlighted by the fact that Patrick Mahomes carries 105.5 passer rating on the year, while Jalen Hurts not too far behind at 100.6. So why does this matter so much? Well, if the Chiefs can't dominate at the quarterback position with Mahomes and the tight end position with Travis Kelce against the best passing defense in the NFL by every meaningful metric, the Eagles are just better at every other position on the field. Plus, question marks swirl around the health of Mahomes' ankle versus Hurts' shoulder, despite neither appearing on their team's injury reports this week. And that's where, regardless of any potential passing limitation with Hurts' injury, he can still find success for his team with the ground game. With Mahomes against this Eagles defense, though, no such dice, as that high ankle sprain, if it's not drastically better than we saw in those 2 home playoff games, you can forget about it. Wrap all of that together, it makes me lean towards betting the Eagles, but I haven't yet because 1, I just hate doubting Mahomes in these spots, and 2, it really sucks to know I missed the boat on the Eagles being underdogs when this line opened. And while the Chiefs' offensive line isn't Eagles good, it's still exponentially better than we've seen in these high leverage spots in recent years, such as Super Bowl 55, where Tampa just eviscerated them, or last season's AFC Championship game against the Bengals at home. But if I end up on anything regardless of anything regarding the spread here, it will definitely be the Eagles side, -1.5. That's where I'm leaning. All right, now to the good stuff, all right? My like play for this game, it gets the thumbs up. It revolves around a player I've had quite the roller coaster of a season with, And if you followed any of my football work and analysis over at Stochastic this season, it should come as no surprise that that person is Marquez Valdes-Scantling. MVS was not my NFL MVP in the betting streets this year. That is for damn sure. I was so high on him joining this Chiefs offense that I snagged him in virtually every season-long draft. Every single best ball draft backed his props across the board early and often in the season. My logic for that was pretty clear cut. He's a 6'4", 205-pound lanky specimen who got paid big time to join Patrick Mahomes and an Andy Reid-led offense who no longer had to deal with Devontae Adams as the number one wide receiver like he did in Green Bay. And with Tyreek Hill leaving for Miami and my belief that Juju Smith-Schuster isn't a reliable number one, I thought he was an obvious buy high candidate. Hell, he even had the second fastest recorded sprint speed of any player on any play for the entire 2021 NFL season. Google it, look it up, it's true. But the only thing that went fast in 2022 for him was the money out of my wallet as I backed him every week after every week to no avail. In fact, as his snap share started to disintegrate as the season went along down to the 50% mark, I actually ended up shorting his production with massive success. Until the AFC Championship game, that is, I had an anytime touchdown on him that helped stop the yearly bleeding, kind of, plus the over on his yardage prop. My thinking was that injury-riddled receiver room, looking at Juju Smith-Schuster, Kadarius Toney, Mecole Hardman just got activated, banged up. Justin Watson ended up missing the game out of the middle of nowhere with an illness. I thought that would lead to more MVS opportunities by default. Now, in my wildest dreams, the 6 catches for 116 yards and a touchdown was not in my range of outcomes, sweeping the board, but the opportunity was there. He played 72% of the snaps as opposed to the normal 50-ish percentage he had been relegated to the last couple months. Now, there is some variability to this, as even rookie Sky Moore saw 58% of snaps and was targeted 7 times due to the amount of injuries to that wide receiver core. And with the extra week, how healthy are the rest of the guys here? I don't know. Mecole Hardman's on the IR, we know that, but fortunately with a line like 36.5 is the receiving yards prop that's currently available across the industry at standard juice, I will add. I'll take my chances on the opportunity staying the same for MVS and going away from Sky Moore, who hadn't exceeded half the snaps in the game all season long until that AFC Championship game. Now, again, Mecole Hardman on the IR, officially done for the season. That won't be a drastic shift for MVS off the field. Again, it was his first breakout game that we got as a Chief. I'm going to be holding true to that. He still averages 42.5 receiving yards per game despite the up and down nature of this season. And while I just talked about how unbelievable this Eagles team has been against the pass, they're first in the league, giving up just 171 passing yards per game, this number is far too low for my liking. He averages 16.5 yards per catch over all 19 games this season. And even if you reduce that as well and take his target share down to around 15%, this number still jumps out as a projection north of 42 yards receiving for me. That makes this a standard, easy, run-of-the-mill add to my betting card, even against the Studley Eagles secondary. My second play for you, Marquez Valdes-Scantling, over 36.5 receiving yards. Now, if you guys want to be firing this up, you guys can head to DraftKings.com. I would do that. You bet $5. You can win yourself $200 in bonus bets. Pretty easy to find this. The best line is available on that MVS prop over at DraftKings. Sign up for it now, and if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. This is for 21 and over. All right, you've waited for it. Finally, to my lock play for Super Bowl 57, my favorite play on the board amongst the hundreds, almost thousands of props available that I'm going to be bringing my analysis together here on the lean and the like play. Let's revisit Patrick Mahomes and this Eagles secondary at the same time. Now, I love the man. I love Mahomes. I really do. But my job as an analyst is to avoid bias and make us money in the process. And this Eagles defense is no joke. Second in defensive power rank on PFF. James Bradbury, Avonte Maddox, Darius Slay are all top 25 corners in PFF player grading. And this pass rush led by Josh Sweat and Hassan Reddick, TJ Edwards roaming and doing everything from the linebacker position. I just don't see how teams, anybody, I don't care if it's the Chiefs or whomever else, find repeatable success unless you are absolutely perfect throwing the ball and get something through the air. And despite how good I and everyone else thinks Mahomes is, he's not invincible. In fact, he's had 25 regular season interceptions in his past 2 seasons in the NFL. 12 this season. They throw the ball, the Chiefs do, at a nearly 67% clip. His wide receiver core is far from above average. So, if they can find ways to disguise coverage and funnel targets away from Travis Kelce, it could get very, very ugly for the Chiefs if the run game isn't giving them something. Oh, and the real kicker here, the Eagles have 18 picks in 19 total games this season. Can you see where I'm going here? The line on an interception for Mahomes is currently minus 105 to minus 115 at every book, including DraftKings. So, the math is simple. Really good secondary plus really pass-heavy team. I'm taking this bet every single time. I think it's a broken line. My best bet of the Super Bowl, by far, at its current number, Patrick Mahomes to throw an interception over 0.5 interceptions. Lock it up. And that does it for a Super Bowl edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Head to that comment section below. Let me know what you think of my plays. If there's anything you've got on your Super Bowl betting card, I'm going to have a lot of things. You can sign up for that in the premium Discord below. I've already got 7, 8 different bets going for the Super Bowl. Can't wait, just like everybody else. Very much looking forward to it. And hey, what better way to enjoy it with the community we have going at the OddsShopper Premium Betting Discord, as well as DraftKings. Get yourself $200 in bonus bets. That's 8 $25 bets when you bet $5 or more on any market, anything going for the Super Bowl. So, hey, just do that. Seems like a great deal. And if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Alrighty, y'all. Until next NFL season, I guess, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the NFL streets on Sunday.